Hello, my name is Mariana, and today this is a collective reading for the solar eclipse in Scorpio that is happening today, the 25th. And so, yes, it's an eclipse, so it's even more powerful than a regular new moon. And it's happening in Scorpio. So eclipses already bring, shadow things to the surface. And Scorpio energy does that too. So it's almost like this summing up of things that were unconscious, things that were scary, things that were unseen, to be seen, to the light, for us to be conscious and aware of these things so that we can transform them. And so I sat down to pull cards with my big combined deck of tarot cards and oracle cards, and they were very eager to speak because the cards came very, very fast. And so I'm seeing here a lot of planting seeds, which is actually here in the very first card, which is the Seven of Pentacles. So this is a collective effort, a collective action. What I saw was like this very big field where many people are planting seeds at the same time. And so, as I said, eclipses bring, this acceleration of what usually new moons tend to bring to the surface, but it's like it's a portal that speeds up the energy. And so this planting seeds are happening in the collective in a way that is moving the energy in a faster way, in a bigger way, in a more effective way, in a more productive and abundant way, because we have the Empress coming next. And so if this was an individual effort, yes, it would be abundant, but because this is a collective effort, because I feel like it's not just that it's happening, with people that are directly around you. This is happening also with, I mean, humanity, everyone around the globe. And I feel like this Empress is talking about the abundance that the earth is able to provide for us if we are able to put in the time, to put in the work, to work with the land. And now I just heard to heal the land with new seeds, with new intentions, intentions that are committed to the abundance of the land. And so the Empress card is beautiful because this solar eclipse is very close to Venus. And so Venus is the ruler of Libra, that we just had the Venus star point on Saturday. But also Venus rules Taurus, which is the opposite sign of Scorpio. And so this is talking about the abundance that this eclipse season promises to bring to the surface if we choose to put in the work. And I feel like these two cards specifically are talking about the external work, the work that you are, it's like that you are doing collectively, that you are working on the field, that you are sowing the seeds, that you are putting in the work, but in a very, it's like in a very outer expression. But there's also another type of work that I'm going to talk about in a second. But another thing that I want to mention about this Empress card is that you see here these leaves. To me, sometimes they symbolize footprints. And so it feels like there is this chain reaction of footprints. That's the reason it's like it came here very beautifully as a collective effort, as a collective action. So when I saw this Empress, not only I saw the abundance, the prosperity that the land promises to bring if we sow the seeds, it's also something that is like creating this chain reaction, meaning it's going to persuade other people, or it's going to inspire other people to also work the land, to also honor Mother Earth. And it's like this infinite plantation that I'm seeing, but it's also something that is it's like expanding. I don't know how to explain this. It's like it goes beyond your sight, it goes beyond your inner circle, it goes beyond your city. It's like the entire planet, the entire collective, the entire human collective is doing this right now. You being part of, like, you know, this chain reaction, you being one of these footprints. And so the work that is being done at first on the outside, working the land, honoring the land, but also, you know, this could be seen as your career, your service, what you are leaving as a legacy to the earth, to humanity. And this is, I want to say, healing the foundation of earth, because the Four of Pentacles to me has a lot of this grounding energy, this stable energy. And so what this eclipse is bringing to the surface, bringing to light, you know, from the shadows to light, is exposing the foundation. Perhaps it was rotten, perhaps it was fragile, perhaps it was not stable enough. And because there is this collective effort that is growing, that is expanding, that is, it's like it's growing in effort, and therefore it's growing in abundance. It's the chain reaction. The more people are working on this, the more it will grow, the more it will bring back. You know, it's like the fruits of the labor put in are going to be incredibly abundant. And so this is reframing or healing or tending to a very incredibly grounded foundation that now is, it's like this repairing of the foundation of Mother Earth and our participation in it, our contribution to it. And so here is where the other part of this work, right, this sowing the seeds, happens for each individual, because this is, you know, visually even, this is very much a collective effort, something that you do in group, something that you see other people doing the same work, and there is this what is the word, camaraderie? I feel like that's, you know what I mean, right? I hope I said that correctly. But it's like to restore a common foundation. But it also includes the inner work with this Hermit card coming next, which, by the way, represents a very earthy energy, Virgo's energy. And to me, Virgo is also connected to Mother Earth. It's actually the sign in the zodiac that is represented by a woman, by a feminine figure, that to me is the symbol for Mother Earth. So both of these cards around this restoration of the foundation of Earth is talking about the collective work, the collective effort, and the individual inner work, that each individual here doing this outer work together is just fortifying this, is strengthening the foundation. Because it's like, it's almost like a cliche, but it's like when you change yourself, you are changing others, you are changing humanity, you are changing the earth. And so this is what I'm seeing here. And the more this inner work is valued, is tended to, is worked, there is like benefit for all. It's like benefit for the person itself, but then benefit for all, because they go together. And this is an incredibly earthy energy. So it's something that, it's like it goes through the body. Yes, this is a card that usually brings, you know, the intellect. And yes, Virgo is ruled by Mercury. So yes, the intellectual study, or at least the conscious, mindful perception of this moment. And you know, it's like reserving a space in your schedule just for this practice, because you know that this is going to be incredibly beneficial to all. And it's going to bring the abundance not only to you, but tenfold to everyone, to the planet, to Earth, because it is restoring the foundation that is going to serve as a very grounding, very stable, very safe base, very, you know, it's like it's coming through as like a safe, a sacred, safe ground. So it's all together. It's like working the land, and by working the land, by working your body, working your self-awareness, this, you know, maybe doing shadow work, because after all, we are talking about an eclipse in Scorpio. But knowing that there are going to be incredible rewards, abundant rewards, inner rewards, individual rewards, but collective rewards also, and even material rewards perhaps. And so I feel like that this very earthy energy is actually even much more connected to the lunar eclipse that is going to happen on the 8th of November in Taurus. And then when that thought came to my mind, this card jumped, and it just emphasized that. Because the moon card here, it was talking about this process of, you know, the new moon, when, you know, the sky night is completely dark because we don't see the new moon. And because it is also an eclipse, it's also this moment of, you know, shadow, or at least partial shadow, because this is a partial solar eclipse. But nevertheless, it's like we are in the dark, but we know that the moon will grow, will become this full moon on the 8th of November. And then when it does, it's like it's going to be incredibly clear, because this King of Swords is talking about clarity of mind, that everything that was planted now, this collective effort of planting seeds right now, are going to become a lot more visible, a lot more perceivable when the full moon comes, when the lunar eclipse in Taurus, which is going to be, by the way, a total lunar eclipse on the 8th, comes to sight, when it is perceivable, when it is seen. So there's a lot that still is unseen. It's just this trust that by planting the seeds, the restoration of the soil, the restoration of the foundation of the land, of earth, of your own perhaps financial security is going to be restored. It is happening, even though the signs may only come in the full moon, right? 2 weeks from now. So there is a lot that is going to become clearer and clearer and clearer the more we approach the full moon on the 8th. And I feel like when the full moon arrives, and possibly I'm going to make another collective reading for the lunar eclipse, but that's when it shifts, at least here in this reading, it shifts to the watery energy because of these cards. So we have the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Cups, the Six of Cups, and then the Ace of Wands. And so here we have water, and here we have fire. And this is the Scorpio energy. So if here we only had in the beginning earthy energies, you know, the Empress and the Hermit being related to earthy signs, and the Four of Pentacles, which is this grounding energy, right? A lot of earthy energies here in the beginning. It feels like when it comes to the full moon, when the time for the full moon arrives, it's going to flip into this more watery energy, because, well, and fiery too, because if we think of Scorpio in astrology, it has two rulers. So it has Pluto as its ruler, which is the modern ruler, and we have Mars. And Mars brings this fiery energy. Mars is the ancient ruler of Scorpio. And so Scorpio being a water sign, the water is here, but it takes a lot of courage to dive into the energies of the past. The Six of Cups is coming through as this plunging down to the bottom of the ocean of your emotions. It's like the furthest, the most ancient memory that you have. And so here with this Queen of Cups, I feel like by the time of this full moon, something will become completely clear. And I feel like the building up of the courage to face a past memory, and specifically maybe face a relationship because of this proximity to Venus, right? To this solar eclipse today, which, you know, is going to leave this mark for this lunar cycle. So there is this shift. So now that is, you know, the solar eclipse in Scorpio, this earthy energy of Taurus is very present. And when it gets to the full moon in Taurus, the lunar eclipse, then it's going to become a lot more scorpionic. And I feel like it's because of the building up of the courage, the building up of the energy to take this plunge and dive deep into something that is at the bottom of the ocean. So it's like there is this incredible body of water that I'm seeing that is dense, that is not easy, that, you know, I said this in another reading also, I don't remember which sign it was, but it was talking about, you know, the further down you go into the ocean, the less light you see, the less light penetrates. So it's almost like you have to rely in other senses, in your intuition, to see what is there, or to navigate through those, even perhaps, you know, sorry, my phone cut there. So coming back to this, the last three cards that actually jump together, the Queen of Cups, the Six of Cups, and the Ace of Wands. So as I was saying, it's like this very intense, profound, diving deep into perhaps past relationships, past memories, past pains or hurts or fears or insecurities, things that make you emotional, make you vulnerable, make you feel like you have to have the courage to face these memories. And so this, it's like this beautiful card, the Ace of Wands, is coming through as like the light at the end of the tunnel, because you wouldn't imagine that down at the bottom of the sea, at the bottom of the ocean, you would be able to light a match. And this is exactly what I'm seeing with the Ace of Wands, which is interesting because sometimes I see it as a tree, but most of all, I feel like just because, you know, the earthy energy is here on top, and then when it comes to this later part, is like, this is being emphasized more of the fiery aspect of the wand suit instead of the symbol of the tree that I usually see. So this card is talking about this ability of yours to light a match, to find a light, find a source of light that I want to say is in your hands at the bottom of the ocean. So taking the courage, taking the leap to dive in deep is something that is very powerful and transformative, which is very Scorpionic, is very in tune with the solar eclipse today in Scorpio. And so I feel like something is going to be revealed, but it's going to be this light of hope, this light of healing that is going to be lit once you face things that are hidden in your past, perhaps in your subconscious. So, and I feel like this will only become clear, to be honest, at the full moon, when the awareness will come more clearly, or just the courage and the knowing that this cannot be postponed, that this leaping into the bottom of the ocean is something that needs to be done. I want to say it's part of this work, especially the inner work here with the Hermit, because the outer work seems to be something that you are doing, are, it's like you are dedicated to a practice, a service, whatever it is that is practical, that is part of your day-to-day, that maybe is related to your career, to your profession, or maybe to your family. But it's something that takes this other, it's like it takes a turn. It takes a turn into a more inner focus. The work continues, but it's like leaving aside this outside work, this outdoor work, and focusing here by, you know, the full moon, by the lunar eclipse. So I hope this was helpful to you. I hope this was enlightening to you, that this was insightful to you for this solar eclipse. I'm going to pull more cards to see what comes after this match is lit, or, you know, this light is lit up as maybe hope, right? It's coming through as hope inside of you. So also, along with the cards, I'm going to pull from the astrological runes in the extended reading. So if you want to join me there, I'll be very happy to see you. You can find the link down below. If not, I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.